So today we're going to look at a pocket knife that is perfect for bushcraft and woods carry. This is the Cold Steel Finn Wolf. It is a Scandi folding knife, perfect for bushcraft and hiking and camping. Let's get into it and see what this thing is all about. So to have a true Scandi, 0 degree Scandi, no secondary bevel, it's pretty impressive. And the fact that you can pick this knife up for like $30, $35 on Amazon is amazing. Buddy of mine had one of these at a recent camp out. And of course, you know, with guys, we always pass our knives around, check them out, see what everybody's carrying. And that's what he had. And immediately everybody was very impressed and wanted to get one. So I had to have one because I think it fits a very specific role, and I want to show you what that role is. And then so why do you need a Scandi grind pocket knife for camping, bushcrafting, hiking, whatever? Well, my philosophy is it fits a very specific role in the different types of tools I carry. So typically, for a hiking kit or a bushcraft kit, I'm always going to have a saw. That is going to be my primary means for taking down larger pieces of wood. It's efficient, it's quick, it doesn't eat up a lot of calories as opposed to chopping. Now my secondary tool has become the big knife. I'm seeing a lot of advantages of carrying a larger knife instead of carrying a hatchet or an axe, just because of the area that I'm working in. I'm not out felling trees when I'm hiking, particularly in the warmer months. It's just not necessary. Now, if I'm at a base camp, yes, I'm going to have an axe for splitting wood, for taking down trees, whatever, to provide firewood. But for most of the chores that I'm doing out here, if I'm going to be making a small fire in one of my stoves, a big blade makes a lot of sense. It's great for splitting wood. It's also great for clearing some vegetation out of an area if I want to sit down. I've already done that already today, and this BK9 fits that role. But the big knife doesn't do a very good job of smaller tasks like carving, feather sticks, even processing of smaller pieces of wood. And that's what I'm going to be doing a lot of the times when I'm out here just doing a solo hike or something. So for me, this little knife fulfills that role pretty well in a very small, lightweight package. Of course, you can go with a fixed blade knife about the same size and probably just a little bit more weight. For carrying a small hiking kit like I have today with this little bag I'm carrying, I don't want to carry a ton of weight. And this knife should perform all those tasks that a normal Puko style Scandinavian grind blade would. The only disadvantage is that it is not full tang and is folding, but with the Cold Steel, it has a very superior lockup system. This is the Triad locking system. As you can see, a very thick bar on the back. It's a really seasoned piece of wood. So what I want to do is I want to get down to some more manageable pieces for carving and for feather sticks. And my big belt knife is perfect for that task of getting So even the task of carving a notch, pretty easy with this knife, and extremely comfortable to do that with. So one thing to note with this Triad lock system, I've heard that some people have had issues with it when they first get it. It's very stiff, even to the point where you can't close it with your thumb. You have to actually press on it on the, like on a countertop or a piece of wood or something. And that's because this thing is very stiff when it first comes out of the box. But once you start working with it and just working that mechanism and getting it loosened up, don't need to add any oil or anything. It will get looser with time. I've only had this thing a very short period of time, and it's already starting to loosen up just from messing with it. So the blade is, I think it's like 3 3/4 inch length blade, or 3.5, somewhere in that neighborhood. Like an 1/8 inch spine on it, and then the handle is something like 4 3/8 or 4 3/5, something like that. But anyway, it is plenty of room for my hand. I don't have huge hands, but they're not small either. And that hook that they put into it really is a sweet spot. It gives it more control. The blade does not want to slip out of my hand when I'm using it. The lockup on this thing, when my hand hits it, and the grip, it is tight, and it is not going anywhere. It does not move, it did not slip, no hot spots, none of that. Very comfortable grip, really like it. And of course you got a lanyard hole. It is Oz 8 Japanese steel, so that is a budget steel. Has kind of a semi-stainless steel property to it, so it doesn't rust as easy, which is perfect for the woods. But Oz 8 does a fantastic job, holds an edge pretty well. I've never had any issues with it. I've owned a lot of knives that have that steel with it. Definitely budget friendly for sure. Handles are a plastic polymer that they use. There are no liners in this. It is just a hollowed out piece of plastic that all the internals go into, so it makes it very thin and lightweight, which is nice. That plastic has a nice grip to it. There's a texture, but it's not overly aggressive, so you're able to get a good feel with this. The pocket clip is reversible, so you can go to either side, but it is always going to be tip up carry. That's the only option you have with it. And of course it is a lock back, so you got the locking mechanism in the back. All right, final thoughts on this. Fantastic, budget friendly Scandi pocket knife. It is perfect, in my opinion, for carrying as a companion knife when you're out camping, hiking, or doing bushcraft. You know, pair that with your larger knife that's going to be for your chopping and your splitting, and use this in camp for carving, feather sticks, projects, things like that. It's great. I mean, the Zero Scandi, it's just awesome. It cuts very well. Does nice feather sticks, nice curls. Now, of course, with Scandis, they're not great at food processing, but that doesn't mean you can't do it. And frankly, that's not a huge task that I'm doing a lot of in the woods anyway. Now, one thing to note with this particular knife, for EDC carry, it's not my favorite, and it's really all because of of this right here. So when you have this in your pocket, this tip, this plastic kind of horn that comes around, sticks up high and out, and it kind of catches on things, and it's more visible. But this is not a knife that I'm carrying in town with me all the time. This is more I'm going to grab when I'm loading up my gear to go for a hike or camping or something like that. This is the knife I'm going to grab. To me, it's dedicated for woods use, not urban EDC type use. I have other knives that I much more prefer, flippers, things like that. So for these tasks though, fantastic, really a great knife. So there will be a link down below to my Amazon store where you can pick one of these up if you are interested, and you can look at the specs. There are some different handle colors. I think there's a gray and a black, and might even be an orange in there as well. This is the OD green. Love it. Just a very classy looking knife. But just, you know, messing with it out here today, it has performed very well, and it meets my needs. And it's just something different that I haven't seen on the market a lot. There's not a lot of Scandi folders. The ones I have seen are very high priced. This is budget friendly. So if you're looking for a new pocket knife to carry when you're out in the woods, I would give this one a hard look, and consider picking one of these up, because it is fantastic. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the affiliate links down below. Check out the Facebook group, Getting Huge. Check out preparedwanderer.com, your resource for more information on bushcraft and preparedness and survival. And we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.